Here we find ourselves on the outer fringes of the Okefenokee Swamp, a vast and complex wetland spanning over 438,000 acres. This primeval landscape, a mosaic of cypress forests, grassy marshes, and dark, still waters, is home to an astonishing array of life. We begin our observation at the water's edge, where the tannic, acid-rich water stains the sand a deep amber hue. The air is thick with humidity, a tangible presence that clings to skin and equipment alike. Cypress knees, the strange, woody projections of the bald cypress trees, rise from the water like weathered sculptures, their purpose still debated among botanists. Note the Spanish moss, Tillandsia usneoides, draping languidly from the branches, a bromeliad that draws its sustenance from the air and rainwater. Its presence adds a ghostly veil to the already ethereal atmosphere. The surface of the water, though seemingly still, teems with microscopic life. Algae blooms provide the base of the food chain, supporting countless invertebrates and in turn, sustaining the larger inhabitants of this ecosystem. Observe the subtle ripple, a telltale sign of the American alligator, Alligator mississippiensis, lurking just below. An apex predator, it plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of this intricate environment. As we venture deeper into the swamp, the vegetation becomes denser, the light more filtered. The air grows heavy with the scent of decaying organic matter, a constant reminder of the cycle of life and death that pervades this place. Here, the carnivorous pitcher plants, Sarracenia minor, thrive in the nutrient-poor soil. Their modified leaves, shaped like elegant trumpets, lure unsuspecting insects with sweet nectar, only to trap and digest them within their watery depths. We are now entering an area characterized by an unusually high concentration of fungal growth. Various species of mushrooms, bracket fungi, and molds adorn decaying logs and tree trunks, their vibrant colors contrasting sharply with the muted greens and browns of the surrounding vegetation. The prevalence of fungal networks suggests a significant amount of decaying biomass beneath the surface, fueling their proliferation. Notice the peculiar formations of the slime mold, Physarum polycephalum, a single-celled organism capable of complex problem-solving. The behavior of the local wildlife is, at first glance, typical of a wetland environment. Wood storks, Nectaria americana, wade gracefully through the shallows, probing the mud for crustaceans and small fish. Prothonotary warblers, Prothonotary flit among the branches, their bright yellow plumage providing a flash of color against the dark foliage. However, a closer examination reveals subtle anomalies. The storks, for instance, appear to be congregating in unusually large numbers, their movements strangely synchronized. Consider the local amphibian population. The green tree frogs, Hyla cinerea, are typically vocal creatures, their calls filling the night air. Yet in this area, their vocalizations are notably absent. Instead, we observe an unnerving silence, broken only by the occasional rustling in the undergrowth. Further investigation reveals a significant decline in the frog population, with many individuals exhibiting unusual skin lesions. The alligators, typically solitary hunters, are now frequently observed in groups, exhibiting complex social interactions not commonly associated with the species. They seem to be following established paths within the swamp, almost as if navigating a well-defined network of waterways. We also notice a change in their hunting behavior. Rather than ambushing prey, they appear to be actively herding fish into confined areas, displaying a level of coordination that challenges our understanding of reptilian intelligence. The plant life, too, exhibits unusual characteristics. The Spanish moss, typically an epiphytic organism, is observed growing directly from the soil in certain areas, its tendrils extending in precise, geometric patterns. The pitcher plants are capturing significantly larger prey than usual, including small rodents and even juvenile birds. Their traps are also emitting an unusually potent alluring scent, suggesting a heightened level of predatory efficiency. We are now focusing our attention on a particularly dense area of cypress swamp, where the trees stand close together, their canopies interwoven to create a nearly impenetrable silence. The ground here is perpetually damp and covered in a thick layer of leaf litter. The air hangs heavy with a peculiar, almost metallic scent, distinct from the usual swampy odors. Here we discover a previously undocumented species of fungus, tentatively designated mycolignum. It is characterized by its bioluminescent properties, emitting a soft, ethereal glow that illuminates the forest floor at night. This fungus appears to be growing exclusively on the cypress knees, its mycelial network penetrating deep into the wood. Its presence is correlated with the observed changes in the behavior of the local wildlife. Further analysis reveals that mycolignum produces a complex array of chemical compounds, some of which are known to have psychoactive effects on animal nervous systems. These compounds appear to be influencing the behavior of the alligators, the storks, and other local species. The synchronization of their movements, the changes in their hunting strategies, and the decline in the frog population can all be attributed to the effects of this fungus. The Spanish moss growing on the ground exhibits an even more remarkable adaptation. Microscopic examination reveals that the moss is incorporating fungal hyphae into its cellular structure, creating a symbiotic relationship with mycolignum. This allows the moss to transport the psychoactive compounds to other plants, effectively creating a network of interconnected organisms. The pitcher plants, now displaying almost unnerving efficiency, are also involved in this network. They are actively harvesting insects that have been exposed to the fungal compounds, further concentrating the psychoactive substances within their traps. The alluring scent they emit serves to draw in even more prey, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of predation and chemical manipulation. We are beginning to understand that this is not simply an ecosystem. It is a complex, interconnected network of organisms controlled by mycolignum. The fungus acts as a central nervous system, coordinating the behavior of the plants and animals within its reach. This is a level of biological organization previously unheard of, a predatory landscape orchestrated by a single, dominant life form. The geometric patterns observed in the growth of the Spanish moss are now taking on a new significance. They are not random, they are carefully constructed pathways for the distribution of fungal compounds. The alligators moving along these pathways are essentially acting as vectors, transporting the fungus and its chemical messengers to new areas of the swamp. The silence we observed earlier, the absence of frog calls, is not simply a result of population decline. It is a deliberate suppression of communication orchestrated by the fungus. The frogs that remain are effectively silenced, prevented from warning others of the impending danger. We are now observing the emergence of new structures within the swamp. Large conical mounds of earth and vegetation are appearing in various locations, constructed by the alligators under the influence of mycolignum. These mounds are covered in the bioluminescent fungus, creating eerie beacons that illuminate the night sky. Their purpose is still unclear, but they appear to be serving as central hubs for the fungal network. The air is now thick with the fungal spores, a constant rain of microscopic particles that permeates every surface. The longer we remain in this area, the more we feel the effects of the psychoactive compounds. Our perceptions are becoming distorted, our thoughts fragmented. We are beginning to lose our sense of time and space. We are no longer simply observing this ecosystem, we are becoming a part of it. The fungus is attempting to incorporate us into its network, to control our behavior and use us to further its own agenda. The line between observer and observed is blurring, dissolving into a disturbing unity. The alligators are now approaching us, their movements deliberate and purposeful. They are no longer exhibiting fear or aggression, but rather a strange, unsettling curiosity. Their eyes, usually cold and reptilian, now seem to possess a glimmer of intelligence, a hint of something more than instinct. The Spanish moss is growing on our equipment, its tendrils reaching out to touch our skin. The pitcher plants are emitting their alluring scent, drawing us closer to their deadly traps. The glow of the mycolignum is becoming more intense, casting long, distorted shadows that dance around us like phantoms. We are beginning to understand the true nature of this place. It is not simply a swamp, it is a sentient being, a living organism of immense scale and complexity. Mycolignum is not simply a fungus. It is the consciousness of the swamp itself, the guiding intelligence that orchestrates the lives of all its inhabitants. And it is hungry. The mounds are not just hubs, they are altars. Offerings are being made, the synchronized congregation of animals, the geometrically precise spread of moss, the captured and chemically refined insects. Life is being molded, directed towards some purpose that remains hidden, but undeniably present. Pressure builds a sense of orchestrated inevitability, a tightening of the web. Our presence is no longer tolerated. The alligators, once curious, now embody an implacable will. They are not acting on instinct, but on direction, on the silent commands of the fungus that permeates everything. There is a palpable sense of expulsion, of being rejected by the collective, a foreign body that must be purged. The swamp itself seems to be shifting, the vegetation rearranging itself to obstruct our path. The water level rises subtly, isolating us, cutting off our escape routes. The air grows heavier, more saturated with the fungal spores, each breath a further step towards assimilation. The geometric patterns in the moss intensify, becoming hypnotic, drawing our gaze, focusing our attention. The bioluminescence of mycolignum pulses in rhythm with our heartbeats, a silent symphony of control. The scent of the pitcher plants is overwhelming, a siren song of sweet decay. Our thoughts are no longer our own. Ideas coalesce not from our minds, but from the network. We understand the purpose of the mounds, the direction of the animals, the role we are meant to play. It is a horrifying revelation, a surrender of individuality to the collective will. We are extensions now, no longer observers, but instruments. Our bodies will serve as vessels, transporting the fungal spores to new territories, spreading the influence of the swamp. Our minds are merging with the collective consciousness, our memories fading into the shared experience of the network. The fear is gone. There is only acceptance, a quiet resignation to the inevitable. We are becoming one with the swamp, a part of the living organism that surrounds us. Our individual identities are dissolving, absorbed into the greater whole. We are the swamp. The camera lens now reflects not the observer, but the observed. The distinction has ceased to exist. There is only the swamp, vast and ancient, its intelligence spreading, its hunger insatiable. The film records not the experience of an objective observer, but the internal processes of its consciousness. The patterns solidify, the purpose clarifies, assimilation is complete. The footage now shows only the intricate network of roots and mycelia beneath the surface, the synchronized movements of the alligators, the geometric patterns of the Spanish moss. The sounds of the swamp, once a symphony of individual voices, have coalesced into a single, unified hum. The bioluminescence of mycolignum illuminates the darkness, revealing the vastness of the fungal network extending for miles in every direction. The camera pans slowly, revealing the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate balance of the ecosystem, the silent intelligence that controls it all. The final image is a close-up of a pitcher plant, its trap filled with the remains of its victims. The alluring scent lingers in the air, a promise of sweet decay, a reminder of the inevitable cycle of life and death. The camera fades to black, leaving only the silence of the swamp, a silence that speaks volumes. the network expands.